nothing at all works.
My pause button
Hey,
didn't work.
we're here.
The movie wasn't working. The pause button didn't work for the Spotify thing. I don't know. We're a mess.
It's a hot mess in here.
Yeah.
Want to start the stream off just real quickly saying, hey, the stuff I say in stream is 99% for entertainment. If something that I say on stream, especially if I'm like being slightly antagonistic towards chat, if it bothers you, reach out and let me know, please, and I will make it right. Okay. Just wanted to make that very clear. I don't say it enough to let people know that we're here to entertain. So just wanted to put that out there. So anyway,
we are an entertainment purposes only stream.
I had my haircut yesterday. Yeah, my haircut was actually cut on Thursday of last week. But yeah, my haircut's been cut for a couple days. Thank you for noticing today, or boy. So,
and I would never hurt anyone's feelings. Yeah. I would never say anything to make anyone upset. So
yeah,
I don't even have to worry about it.
Okay. Anyway, I am on Frau.
You're on Frau. Our second Frau in a row.
The Susurrus.
Did we hurt your feelings, Ball Boy, for making fun of you for not being able to open a PDF? If so, I am sorry.
Yeah, that's, you got a haircut yesterday? Yeah, I had my first haircut in over a year. It felt great. It feels great. It's so amazing to not have to worry about hair. So
I have not gotten a haircut.
Velucanth.
It's a fun word.
Let's get the back.
All right, we got Chair Glowclaw, the Truthful Cleric. This is the Rooftop Lab. Okay, yeah, this is the Rooftop Lab deck. 10 years ago. I think the Keyforge community is mostly over 30s.
Yeah, I'd say primarily over 30.
And then there's Cammy B, the one child that plays Keyforge.
Post-COVID haircut.
Kid Blue. I kind of want to get my hair cut, but I got like a lot of people complimented my longer hair this weekend when we saw our friends, so like it's making me second guess that.
So jealous
of having hair. Thank you, Ball Boy, for the 200 bits. So like it quickly can transition from like good right now to just too long, I think. And I'm on the edge right now.
It's definitely a danger zone.
Military Sticks. Thank you for that follow.
I appreciate that.
A Keyforge stream. We are.
Yeah.
A Keyforge stream. The luscious locks. Yeah, like I got a good like maybe month of good hair left before I have to figure something out. Maybe I'll like get it styled or something. And someone who knows something about hair to tell me how I can keep it looking good. We'll just let people get hair in mid-June. Whew. Gosh. That's quite a while.
So.
Ooh. Chapman Miller's a coupon. So if you have to try it, I've been interested in trying it. Well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Our stream is not necessarily new player friendly because we make the assumption that a lot of people viewing know the cards.
So we play kind of fast, but we will answer any and all questions. Chat is always there to help us also about rules and stuff. So we do not hesitate to ask questions. We'll be happy to answer them. I won that roll? Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I will draw. We will be happy to answer them. It's just if we're moving fast, that's just the nature of the stream typically. So I am going to say Unfathomable, and I'm going to play Frigorific Rod. Go ahead. It's amazing how much better this card is than, say, the Brobner Artifact that enraged creatures or Soul Fiddle.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say Sanctum. I'm gonna play Numquid, Orion, Trial by Water, and I'll discard Hammergram. That was a lot of creature control.
Yeah.
And I maybe should have not kept this hand.
It does suck to play all that right now.
Yeah, it is kind of a bummer.
All right, I'm gonna say unfathomable. I'm gonna use the frigorific rod to tap Urian. I am going to Call of the Void and kill Urian. I am going to play Fugaru, and I'm going to play Spark Fist. I will tell you to go ahead. I will draw 3.
Well, yeah, we do have a teaching video on YouTube. Yeah. It is kind of long.
There are like Tolarian Community College, Dicebreaker. There's somebody else who made one recently. Hammergram the Fugaru.
Yeah, I'll Hammergram the Fugaru, okay. And then I'll fight the Spark Fist.
Okay. There are several other videos that if you're looking for just like a quick overview of the game, those are a better quick introduction to the game. The video that Justin and I made is like an hour or something long, but that's because we go through painstaking detail as we play.
And it's a stream, so we're bantering and stuff. So.
Right. We talk back and forth. And we've got like did we do the intermediary video?
We did a second video, yes.
Yeah, so we did a second video that doesn't have nearly the same number of views as the primary video, but it covers a lot more of like the rules interactions. Like when you sit down and like learn Keyforge, a lot of times you're just kind of like, especially if you played with like the starter decks, you just kind of play the game. You don't really have any rules interactions that prop up because the complexity is very simple for that game. But as soon as you start mixing random decks together, then wacky stuff starts happening, and then you've got questions, especially if you've played other card games. Keyforge handles those in a very different way. So
new set's really fun.
New set's good.
And I think honestly every set has its strengths and weaknesses, so I mean I think there's something to like for everyone out of every set.
Yeah. The new set's really, really good in my opinion.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
The Coda starters, I think only the Coda starters were never legal.
Yeah, the Coda starter decks, because some of the cards are not how they ended up being printed.
And they were also
static.
Yeah, they were the same in everything, and the Coda starters sold out in like the first wave, and they didn't like print more of them, so the Coda starters were actually really, really hard to find for whatever reason. So all right, I am going to say Saurian. I'm going to play Hedonistic Intent to Exalt. I will play Censor Philo, and then I am going to take Decadence to fight the Numquid. Exalt ready and use Censor Philo. Philo doesn't take any damage because Numquid was exalted. So it's your turn. I will draw.
All right, I will say Logos. I'll play an Eddy and archive a card. I will play Seaborg. Binary Moray, and I'll go ahead and Gorm the Rod. No reason to hold it. For sure.
Okay, I am going to say Unfathomable. I am going to play Portal and Raise the Tide. I had this in my hand. I actually held on to this. My rationale is that if I'm chained for a turn or two, it's better than having to take chains later in the game.
Right.
To raise the tide. I am going to Bubbles the Moray. And then I'm going to play Photic. You got Sanctum, so we play Photic Raider on that side. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
Okay, I'll say
Sky Jedi. How's it going?
Star Alliance. Hey, Sky Jedi. I will play a Scott. I will Selective Preservation to choose a creature each power value, destroy each creature not chosen.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is
actually before I do that, I'm gonna Unity or Discord to reap and shoot the Photic Raider.
Okay.
Oh, it's not gonna raise the tide. Never mind. I'm still doing that, but
okay,
doesn't matter as much. I was thinking that was 2. I could kill my Scott, but no, then it wouldn't. I'm basically only killing one creature here, so I'll just kill. It kills the Philo.
Okay.
Because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And then I'll play Colonist Chapman. Reaping one. I guess instead of doing that, I can reap with Eddy. and just gain an extra amber.
Because
of Collins Chapman. I'm resetting the turn and doing everything in a different order.
Okay.
And I'm done.
I believe all of that makes sense. Okay, I am...
You gotta trust.
Going to say Saurian. I'm going to play Magistra Vita, and I'll reap with bubbles. Exalt bubbles to reap with bubbles. I am going to play Spoils of Battle. I'll capture one onto Magistra Vita, and then all creatures that have amber on them will capture. And I will play Enlist New Mary. And it is your turn. I will draw 3. Also check with 8. The Crucible is a good way. I don't know if it's a good way to get into Keyforge, but it is a good way to play Keyforge with people that are not local to you. I think you're going to get out of the Crucible what you put into it.
I think you really want to, if you're going to play Crucible, you should play with one of your friends. If that's the case, it's a great tool.
It's a great tool. It's not officially supported, obviously. So it can be, you can play against people who do not have the same, like, motivations as you to play Keyforge. So,
all right, I'm gonna say the logos. Play Moray, Archaeologist, Dr. Viraktar. I will reap with Eddie to get 2. I will raise the tide with chains. Or do I reap with the Seaborg? I'm gonna reap with the Seaborg.
Okay.
And shoot my Scott.
Okay.
Raise the tide. And then when I raise the tide already, the Moray. I'm going to reap with the Moray. And get an extra one. And I get to archive a card. And I am done. You forge for 8. Because of the Eddie.
Okay, I am going to say Untamed. I will take 3 chains to raise the tide, which will exhaust the Moray. I am going to play the Fittest and give my creatures +1/+1 counters. I am going to assert dominance. I'll capture onto bubbles. I'll have the Photic Raider killed Colonist Chapman. Gain skirmish, ready, and fight, so doesn't take any damage there. I am going to play Waste Not and sack the Photic Raider to draw 4 cards. Since it's 7, it gets +4 power because the tide is high, and then it has a power counter. So draw 4. I will play Witch of the Dawn and get back the Photic Raider. And I will play Key Frog. I have 6 cards in hand, so I don't drop a chain, and it is your turn. Just gonna lose this logos board. Yeah, the vast majority of the Keyforge community is really, really cool. So typically you can have some fun on TCO. But if you're like just getting into the game and you don't really know how things work, I think it can be kind of intimidating to play online. So
Right.
Plus you won't actually learn a lot of the rules interactions that are being handled for you by TCO. So I think that is something also to keep in mind. So I'm
gonna say logos. So I'm gonna play Rooftop Lab. I'm gonna put Reckless Experimentation on the Dr. Varaktar. I will Reap with Seaborg, shoot the Key Frog to raise the tide. Ready is the Moray. I will Reap with Varaktar. I'm going to use the Varaktar ability, put Selective Preservation on top, play the top card of my deck, play Selective Preservation. So 2, 3, 4, no, 5, and 6. I will Reap with the Moray and archive a card. I'll Reap with Eddie.
Primal, thanks for stopping by.
I will use.
We begin a lot of that. It goes through phases, but glad that new people are finding their way to the channel. So
use the archaeologist to get some quid and have it, and I'm done.
All right, I am going to say Unfathomable. I'm going to play the Susurrus. I am going to brain drain you. I will put Data Forge on top of your deck. I will play Photic Raider to capture 2. I will play Volcamp. And Bubbles will kill.
Oh, this is dead.
Oh, yes. Preservation. Yeah. Bubbles will kill the Novu Archaeologist.
Volcamp.
And it's your turn. I'll drop a chain and draw 3.
Okay. I will say Starlance. My Forge. I'm going to play Shieldulator on the Moray. Play Diplomat Agung to make the Moray Starlance this turn. I'm going to Reap with the Moray. I have a card. I'm going to play TR Officer Hawkins. Gain 2. And I'll put Officer's Blaster on the Gung. That's it. Send all Volcanths toward Kelly right now. This power token is from Arbits.
Yes. All of the tokens are Arbits. I don't know what the shipping is like to the UK, so but you have been
if you do exclamation mark Arbits in chat, someone who knows how to type that.
It has not been used in a while.
It gets requested every once in a while.
Yeah.
Arbits.com.
But it's like AURBITS.
Arbits, yep.
Yeah. Exclamation point Arbits should bring up the link.
He's not making any more power counters? Dang.
I've like lost this game already. I guess I guess I'll say Untamed. I am gonna play Witch of the Dawn. I'll bring back Witch of the Dawn. I'll play Witch of the Dawn. I'll bring back Keyfrog. I'll play Keyfrog. I will play Mushroom Man. I'll play All Tied Up to raise the tide. And it is your turn. I will draw. I'll drop a chain and draw 3. I actually needed the Untamed to show up a little bit earlier in this game. I think it would have been a lot better shape. I don't know, it just, even with the Waste Not, the Saurian Unfathomable Untamed deck feels too slow for Dark Tidings.
I will.
It's like, if a deck doesn't draw or archive like 5 cards, or play like out of house, like up to 5 cards in a game, it just like, it feels so sluggish compared to the decks that are doing stuff like that.
Logos. I'm gonna play Bouncing Death Quark. I'm gonna get Hawkins and Bubbles. Can I turn? I don't think I can actually, but I will Reap with Viraktar.
Maybe Sassman's Eve.
Get back Selective Preservation. Put on top of my deck, and then play the top card of my deck. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Velucanth. Whatever Mushroom Man is.
8 currently.
8, okay. So if I did pick this up, how was it? Get 10. A Data Forge, but I didn't pick it up, so I'll Reap with Eddie. Play Data Forge. I'll play Infomorph.
Okay, I have a Mookling, but you still forged through that, so I needed that Mookling earlier. That would have been a good way to deal with the Amber that was captured.
Mm-hmm.
Too slow.
Don't put too much stock into Sass.
Yeah, if you're just getting into the game,
that's something very important.
If you're getting into the game for the first month, pretend like Sass is not a thing.
Just play your decks.
Just let Sass vacate your mind.
Yeah.
If you're learning the game and you're getting acclimated to it, just don't worry about that number. Once you've got some games under your belt, once you've played a couple of once you like understand the rules and like find a couple decks that you enjoy, then it's probably fine to go look at Sass
and use it as a tool.
Use it as a tool
to inform,
because it is meant to be a tool. Yeah. Okay. Sass is ever evolving. It does get more accurate with time. This first round of Sass for Dark Tidings, I can tell you right now, is gonna be ugly. It's probably not even gonna be even close. So I wouldn't worry about it for now. Yeah.
You got an Evil Twin deck. That's pretty cool. The first round of Sass scores, I think, tomorrow for Dark Tidings.
Yeah, it's supposed to be out on the 18th. They made an announcement about it about a month ago or so.
Okay, we got 200 bits. I'll use Sass to build in a loss on something. That is a great tool to use Sass for. Great way to use Sass.
That is pretty good.
Well, my deck was lower Sass than yours, so of course it lost. 3 hours. Oh, were they actually doing it at midnight? Okay. 4 hours, I guess.
So, yeah. A component of a Sass score is a metric called ERC, which is AERC, and that is actually very informative for your deck. That's a good like barometer for like what the deck can do in a couple of different ways. But like I said, until you understand the numbers that you're looking at, all SAS can do, in my opinion, is negatively influence your perception of the game. So I think even if you're an experienced player, SAS can negatively influence your perception of the game. So you got to really understand what SAS is doing and how it's working for it to be useful to you.
Plus any SAS, garbage can, exactly.
But if there weren't if I didn't read on Reddit posts that were like that all the time, where somebody's like, I bought a box and none of the decks were above a 75 SAS, this game sucks. Like that's the kind of stuff that like drives me crazy. Because some of the best decks that we have were ones that are SAS sleepers.
Yeah, so. You had YouTube playing in the background in the stream. You didn't even hear the SAS rant. Oh no. Oh no. Godpage was like 68 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't hear a word. Well, watch the VOD.
Unfortunate.
Confage
basically said that don't put much stock in SAS, and probably don't even use SAS until you get like a ways into the game, play more games.
You won the roll. I rolled a 7. You rolled an 8. Yeah.
I'm looking.
Yeah, Martian Generosity was a card that SAS couldn't accurately predict. Mass Mutations was I would say Mass Mutations is probably still off for SAS because there isn't enough like live Keyforge played with Mass Mutations to get the SAS numbers right for
I'll tell you, Trickle Claw was a really fun deck to play just now.
The one you just played?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
It had everything.
Is there advantage for going first in the game? Going first versus second is not as clear-cut an advantage as it is in most card games.
I think it depends on the deck.
And it depends on the deck, yeah. Some decks like to go first, some like to go second. Yeah. It's really that simple.
If your deck has... I can think of several cards that if you were going first, they are just better first turn plays than a lot of stuff in the game. One is Eureka, which is in this set. Eureka says...
No, was I first?
You are first.
Okay.
Eureka is a very good first turn play because you can't play anything else, and Eureka archives 2 cards. So you don't really care what you play or what goes into your archives then, right? You're only playing 1 card. You get to see a bunch of extra cards. Treasure Map is another card that's really good if you're going first. When you play Treasure Map, if it's the first card you play, you gain 3 extra amber, so it's worth 4 amber. And you can't play any other cards after you play Treasure Map. So if you're just going first and you play Treasure Map, boom, 4 amber, and that's a pretty strong start. All right, my turn.
Mm-hmm. Archon's Callback, Commune, yep.
I am going to say Starlance. I'll play a Kirker with an Officer's Blaster and a Kirker. Yeah, there are a lot of cards. So now if your deck doesn't have those, if your deck is board centric, like you want to establish a board and use it to win the game, generally you like going second because your opponent goes, they play 1 card, you can take a turn and play like 4 cards.
And then you have the initiative on the board.
And you are the one who's in control of the board, and that feels pretty good. So I'll draw 3.
See, Untamed, all tied up and raise the tide.
Okay.
I'll play a Reaper So to ready and reap with Octavia. I'll play the Fittest for a counter. Your turn.
All right. I need to take a look at this again. Just real quick. Just for no reason. Okay. There's only 1 artifact in there. It's Anomaly Exploiter, which is pretty good, but I'll just go ahead and just play this Borrow. It's not like game breaking, right? I am going to play Monty Bank. I will not exalt Monty Bank because I'm going to throw him in the ocean. I'm going to hit him with Cement Shoes, destroy him to raise the tide. And it is your turn, and we'll draw 3.
Okay, yeah. So we'll go so Information Exchange and steal 1. I'll play Old Egad, and I'll play Chronophage. Give your artifacts and creatures Omega.
Omega lol.
Omega lol.
All right. Well, I am going to say, unfathomable. I am going to tidal wave old Egad. Get out of here. Boom. Destroy a creature and each of its neighbors. So they all die at the same time. So old Egad's ability won't work.
Old Egad is actually awful.
I don't think he's very good.
Yeah.
I will. You will get the tide. I am going to play Sobog's Thingamabob. I will play a Horrid Sign-In. I am gonna discard Maelstrom against my better judgment, and I'm going to discard Wrath or Ruin. You just simply didn't have enough creatures for me to kill on my turn, so it's your turn. I will draw 5.
I'll say Untamed. I'm gonna Mollymock the Thingamabob, and I'll play All Tied Up to gain 2. Aches is 1. You're back.
Appreciate that.
Void spoil like a madman. Now I can get back to enjoying Nathan's Rants and Just on Tilt. I don't go on Tilt. I've never done that. Not even last week. Definitely didn't do that last week. Welcome back.
Yeah, glad to see you back. All right, I am gonna say Star Alliance. I am gonna play CR Officer Hawkins, and I'll just gain 1.
For Hawkins.
Hawkins. Officer.
How many bits to get me tilted?
Yeah. I don't even want to joke about that, because the minute we turn into shill only content,
I'll act tilted and be completely fake for 10 bits.
Wow,
I can't believe you're beating me, Nathan. This again?
As soon as we turn into like shill only content, I think we just become unwatchable. Right? Like I don't. Yeah. Okay. I am going to play CXO Tabor.
Chilling for Eddie is acceptable.
Kirker is going to reap, and this Kirker I think just kills Mollymock.
Okay.
The Officer's Blaster keeps him from dying.
That is fair, old boy. And we appreciate it.
Rant later. I am slow. I'm reaching a zen-like state with several aspects of Dark Tidings. One of those is if your opponent has 5 creatures of the same house and you don't have a way to kill them instantly, you've probably lost the game.
You're not doing good. Yeah.
You've probably just lost the game. So, okay, I am going to play Comm Officer Hings. So I may search my deck for Comm Officer Gross, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Shuffle your deck. So, I am going to get Gross.
I think it's true in Worlds Collide, but not necessarily Coda, because Coda there weren't a lot of like reap fight abilities, powerful creature abilities.
There wasn't nearly as many burst actions in Coda because like Untamed was not as bursty. Untamed needed like a Rube Goldberg device to generate a lot of amber. It usually involved the action, I forget what it's called, that lets every creature reap for an extra 1.
Also, it was like, much
Ghost
easier.
Hawk.
It was much easier to whiteboards and Coda decks.
So and
then deal with the problems with creatures.
There were a lot of tax effects in Worlds Collide, right?
Yeah.
And that's a good way to like when your opponent. There's a lot more parity between creatures, despite wards being around. I think Saurians are probably the major exception to that rule. But in this, it just feels so much worse for whatever reason. I mean, I do think it's not unfair to say that for the other sets. Okay, I am going to play Unity or Discord and return up to 2 friendly creatures. I am going to deploy Hawkins here. I'm going to play Kirker here. And then I am going to play Hings.
Okay.
And it is your turn. I will ready and draw 4. I will say check with 7.
Forge. All right. Now you're done with your 100-year turn. I'm gonna Play Crushing Charge.
Well, you had to, or you lost.
Yeah. I would have hyper lost.
Okay, so
everything but the Kirkers.
The Kirkers remain.
I'll play Magistra Vita, and I'll Decadence to Exalt Ready and Reap with it, I guess. Crushing Arm. What is Crushing Arm? Oh, Key Rack and Crush.
Yeah, Key Rack and
what is
Key
that?
Rack and screwing you up.
That card.
Did you get your chain?
Sure did.
Okay. I am going to say
Keyforge.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say Unfathomable for the turn after forging. I am going to play Bubbles. I'll put Magistra Vita back on top of your deck. I am going to Portal to raise the tide. I am going to... Oh, I guess I put that under pressure on Magistra Vita before I... Order of Operations. And then I'm going to Illusions of Grandeur, and I'm going to say Saurian. So if you say anything other than Saurian, I get 3. And it's your turn. I will draw 4.
Saurian it is. Rostrum, Charybdis. Your turn. Hey, Storm.
Alright, I will say Shadows. I'll play Jackie Tar. I'll play Shoulder Id. I will play Friend. To let you gain 1. I'm gonna play SoundCloud rapper Little Niff right here. No wait, that Omegas. I am going to Sea Urchin to steal 1. And then I will Omega lull the Little Niff into play. And it's your turn. I will draw 5. And I will say check with
Sag.
6.
Lost an ABR Sag. I'll say Logos. Play Old Egad. Play Swevin. Play Tall Mage Steelheart. Your turn.
Alright.
So I think it's a lot of creatures, huh?
A Forge?
Yeah.
Yep.
Little Niff.
It's your boy, Little Niff.
Back again.
Okay, I am going to generate some amber so I can steal it with Bryn, dude.
You kill all my stuff.
I am going to say Shadows. Did I say Shadows? Yeah, I say Shadows. It's like too good not to say Shadows here. I'm gonna have the Sea Urchin fight Charybdis.
Okay.
It's poison, so it'll kill. I will play Trickle Down Theory. I'll play a Shoulder Id. Hard Simpson. I'll play. Little Niff will Reap. I am going to Reap with Jackie Tar. I'm gonna blow up Swevin. Shoulder Id will Reap. Friend will Reap. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
Alright, I'll say Logos.
Slap striking.
I'm gonna fight Shoulder Id. With Tall Mage and 6 power. I will Final Analysis.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh boy.
You can do that. And I'll play this Armadrone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I draw these 2. These are all dead. I draw those 2, then shuffle and draw.
Yeah, we do like our pools. We have a lot of decks that we're excited about.
Yeah, I'd say like a good third of decks kind of suck.
Yeah, definitely that.
And when you're playing a bad Dark Tidings deck,
it feels pretty bad.
Real
Agreed
bad.
there, lots of muffins. Like if you don't have a board wipe at the ready at the right time, you just lose the game.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, so the nature of Keyforge is that you're gonna have games where you just draw stuff together, or your opponent draws stuff together. So if your opponent has like a fairly strong starting draw, they play 4 or 5 cards on turn 2. and you just don't have a board wipe, you're just way behind. That was like not the case in Coda, just because of the swingy nature of Coda. And it feels like it's been a problem that's been kind of exacerbated over time, because it feels like they don't want to print too many board wipes. But Coda had, honestly, one of the better numbers of board wipes in a set, just so that you
I think almost every house should have options.
Yeah. All right, so that was those two.
And like targeted removal is a big thing. There's not a lot of targeted removal in the set.
70.
I feel like there should be more of that.
Yeah. There's a lot of like sweepers. There's a lot of stuff at like uncommon. But Coda, you had Coward's End. You had Gateway to Dis. You had just stuff.
It's too conditional. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like Final Analysis, the idea of the opponent drawing so many cards. So like, yes, but also it can make you draw a bunch of cards. And also, it can set up other things in logos. So it's a conditional wipe, and it's a really interesting conditional wipe.
Yeah, and so the thing about the conditional wipes then is it becomes a skill testing thing. If I'm playing against Untamed, I just put my lowest powers here, my highest powers here, and the infighting can only do so much damage, right? Sanctum, I try to make sure I keep my houses together. Against Saurian, you can't really play around Crushing Charge. If your deck has 4 power or lower creatures, they'll just die to it. But knowing that they have Crushing Charge will let you like prioritize when you want to use those creatures. Okay, so my turn.
If you're playing sealed, you can treat your 4 power or lower creatures as inevitably dead against a Saurian deck.
All right.
Use them when you can. Don't capture on them, stuff like that, right?
I am going to say Unfathomable. I'm going to play Sobog's Thingamabog. I am going to Call the Void, the Armor Drone. I am going to Bubbles, the Armor Drone on top of your deck. I'm going to play Horrid Sign, and I'm going to play Illusions of Grandeur, and I'm going to say Logos. It's your turn. I can't even hold all of these cards you let me draw.
I can't stop you. So I'll say Logos, and then I'll lose.
Play no cards.
Yeah.
You forge your key.
I like Illusions of Grandeur. It's balanced.
Yeah, it's because you giving your opponent 3 amber. Yeah, it sucks.
Sometimes it's okay though. Right?
But like
it doesn't make you lose the game in the spot.
Right. You at least can use amber control.
Definitely very good with Brain Drain.
Yeah,
definitely. Well, this deck, I don't know about this deck.
This one feels bad.
Feels like
it's one of the worst logo sides that I think that we have. So,
and you play now. There you go.
Oh, good.
There you go.
I'm 100% losing this game
against Frau Young One Hildegard.
It wasn't bad. It's just I didn't have the wipe at the right time. I discarded Maelstrom that game, right?
Yeah.
Or this deck.
Oh, your internet cut out when you asked about first turn advantage disband. So it depends on the deck. Some decks like going first, some don't.
Oh,
or some.
Yeah, there were a lot of good points there.
There were a lot of good points. It's probably worth going back and watching.
Yeah, just watch that section of the VOD then, because there was like a lot to cover again there. But yes,
look, that's how you get A treats right there.
I think it's the TLDR is basically it depends on your deck as to whether you want to go first or second, and sometimes it depends on the matchup.
And you might have to play your deck like up to 10 times, right? But to figure out whether or not you want to go first or second, it's not something you can just look at the deck and know.
Freshly, yes, P-Rod. I have been freshly cut.
Sometimes you can if it's like Eureka, but you know.
Wake up this dog.
I'm about to.
We need to enable Bedge and Wokage.
Bedge.
Yeah. Have 1 illusions in your 4 brain drain deck. Oh god.
4 brain drain.
Yeah, we went on a pretty good pretty good tear there talking about first, second turn stuff. So a deck like K Vipius loves going second because its creatures are gigantic. It wants to
just dumps 20 power creatures.
Yeah, it wants to play a bunch of big creatures. it wants to establish a beachhead, basically.
The top 3 unfathomable cards are Omnipus, Tentaclid, and another Tentaclid, and 4 more Tentaclids. Did we hang up?
No, it's in
the living room. Yeah, and it was good. It was good. It was
a good conversation
party this weekend.
It was a good conversation starter.
Yeah.
And I think Illusions of Grandeur is very powerful. Brain Drain, I think, is probably the best unfathomable card. The amount of information that you get from Brain Drain is actually insane. And then I think Maelstrom is format warping. I don't want to say Maelstrom is meta defining, because I think there are decks that Maelstrom is not good against. However, because Maelstrom exists, board heavy decks are mightily punished by it. So, because Maelstrom exists, it would greatly influence the decks that I would play at a Vault Tour. I won the roll.
We got to tell our friends we were big deals on the internet. Yeah, it felt pretty good. Yeah, we're kind of a big deal on Twitch.
Excuse us.
One of our friends asked us if it was something we could live off of yet, and we were like, "Lol, no, no."
Yeah. So when you're going first, something I will add to the first second. It feels a lot better to mulligan if you're going first. If you're a deck that is like built around 1 or 2 specific cards, or like let's say you're a Kixelstone deck, a deck that really wants a specific artifact in play to change the flow of the game, going first is very good because mulliganing is more powerful if you are the first player because you're punished by it less. And you get a chance to put that into play and influence the rest of the game. So, secret DAV deck.
I think Ceaseforge might be in the Vault Tour winning Dark Tidings deck.
I could see Ceaseforge. Ceaseforge was extremely powerful.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a chance to really like get into Dark Tidings, and that's why we structure the tournament the way that we do, is to really see like in a set versus itself play how strategies develop the more we learn about a card pool. But Ceaseforge was one of those cards you play it and you felt how powerful it was.
Well, the deck that I won, or the game I won with it, I was like I was in weird positions where like I knew that I was in such a good position to win the game, and I felt like I shouldn't have won that game based on the way it was playing out. So
yeah, Ceaseforge is. Do you think Maelstrom makes autoencoder better? Well,
probably because I think you're aggressively discarding creatures against a Maelstrom deck.
Yeah,
with your autoencoder out.
I mean, I think autoencoder is like, it's just very good, right? So
yeah, Ceaseforge is rare. Discarded nothing game for Ceaseforge. I thought I only have like 1 or 2 Ceaseforge decks.
There was one game. I know there was a game I discarded it, but I think I drew back into it on my second draw through the deck.
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying it's good in every deck. No card is good in every deck.
I mean, if your deck has
that's probably not true, but
I mean, I got hit by
that card's like that.
I got hit by the doorstep.
Ceaseforge doorstep.
That's
twice.
what won the game.
Yeah.
Because it happened to me twice in a game. I'll say Logos. And I'll play Chronophage. Chronophage, I think, is an example of a good first turn play, right? If you're a deck, like look at Justin's face. Look at his face.
I'm gonna brain drain you.
Okay. There you go. I got some Untamed.
I'll put Meliobi on top.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Portal. Let's take the Tide. I'll discard Frigorific Rod and play Velucanth. Your turn.
Alright, I am gonna say Untamed. I'm gonna discard Infighting. Could live to regret that. I
feel like me being aware of it means you should definitely not hold it, right?
I will play Meliobi. I will Reap or Sow to ready and Reap with Meliobi. And it is your turn. I will draw 4.
I'll say Saurian. I'm gonna exalt each flank creature. I'll play Medicus Locus, and I'll play Spoils of Battle.
You will play Spoils of Battle first.
Yes. And then Medicus Locus. Your turn.
These guys capture 2. All right, I am going to say Untamed. I am going to Reap with Meliobi. I will... I guess I'll thin the herd here. You'll forge a key, but I don't think I'm stopping that.
Frog infighting is a solid combo.
Yeah. It's a little bit easier to get the frog to die to infighting than it was with was it Call of the Week? Not Call of the Week. Survival of the Fittest. Was that
something like that? Right?
What was the card from the one that their highest lived? And
Clash.
Yeah. Savage Clash.
Savage Clash.
It's a little bit easier to get frog to die to infighting. A lot easier, I should say. But all right, I will play Meliobi and Mollymuk, and it's your turn. I will draw 3.
I'll forge. I will play All Tied Up. Gain 2. I'm gonna play Mushroom Man. No, waste not the Mushroom Man. I draw 4. These 8 power.
Yeah. Frog and Kangafant. Yeah, I liked Frog and Kangafant. I like that. That existed in Mass Mutations, right? Yeah, Witch of the Dawn's actually insane. I like Witch of the Dawn is bonkers in this set. There's like so many uses for it.
Play Witch of the Dawn. Get back to the Mushroom Man. Play Mushroom Man. Play Key Frog. Play Assert Dominance. Capture 1. Ready and fight Meliobi. Your turn.
Alright, I am gonna say Saurian. I'm gonna play Magistra Vita. I'll exhaust the Mollymuk and Reap with it. Exalt. I'll play Cornerstone Octavia. I will play Charybdis. I am going to Decadence Octavia and take out the Key Frog. And it is your turn. I will draw 4. Yes. Yes, there you go. Lord Farquaad's gotcha.
I'll say, sorry, I'll play a Rostrum, Medicus Locus, and Sensor Philo. Your turn.
Okay, I will say Saurians. I'm going to play Altruist Rostrum. I am going to play Scylla. I am going to play Pterodactyl. Charybdis is going to Reap. Octavia is going to Reap. Magistra Vita is going to fight Philo before he starts killing my creatures for free. And it is your turn. I'll say check with 6. I will draw 3.
I'll say Untamed. I'm going to play the Fittest. 7 ETs out of 100. Yeah, that's about right.
7 ETs.
Yeah, if you linked our.
Oh yeah. That's I think that's like average. So
sort of, it's like a little below average, I think. Right?
Yeah. It's slightly unlucky, but it's not uncomplainable, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. It's not where we should complain. It's not like us opening 100 decks and getting 0 sins. Like that I think is just unlucky.
Still mad about it.
So We're not mad about it.
I'm gonna fight Scylla.
Okay, so before fight, lose 1.
Yeah.
Fighting Scylla.
Yeah.
You didn't want your creatures to reap and die?
No. No. I'm gonna reap twice. I will persistence hunting your Saurians to exhaust them. And your turn.
Alright, so I will forge.
Yep.
Ugh, can I keep cards on the table today? I'm in shambles. Okay, I am going to say Untamed. I am going to play All Tied Up to raise the tide. And then I will play an All Tied Up to gain some amber.
I bet flip the table. That is not an available redemption.
And then I am just going to reap with Mollymawk. And it is your turn. I will draw. Mushroom Man now dies.
Goodbye, Mushroom Man. You did great. You died, you returned, you fought something.
Yeah. Live, die, live again.
I could have... No, you took that. I will say Unfathomable. I will play the Cicerus. I will play Spark Fist and Fuguru and Velucanth and Bubbles. Bubbles will top the Charybdis. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Saurian. I'm gonna Rostrum. Move this to Fuguru. I am going to play a... Actually, I'll leave this on Cornerstone Octavia. I'll play a Magistra Vita and exalt the Mollymawk to reap. And then I'll Rostrum this one onto the Fuguru. I am going to Crushing Charge. I will gain a chain. Get rid of the Fuguru, the Spark Fist, the Witch. Cornison. I think my outs are to end the game. I'll Pterodactyl. I'll Reap with Cornison.
Yeah, Whelmed Belinda was last night. It was a really good deck.
Draw a card. And it's your turn.
Okay.
Whelmed Belinda was good.
Alright, I'll say Saurian. I will discard Crushing Charge. I will play Pterodactyl. Play Censor Philo. I'll enlist Numinary to steal your Cornison Octavia. I will Rostrum one to the Mollymawk. Fight the Mollymawk. Marcus will fight Magistra Vita. And your turn.
So I will forge.
Yeah, Belinda was just very, very creature controlly. I think that's what its huge strength was.
Like, you couldn't keep a board against it.
It controlled them creatures.
I was down 2 keys, and then Justin was never able, because I didn't draw any of like the good sweepers in the first like 3 or 4 turns of the game, and I got really far behind. But as soon as I started hitting them, it was like kill Justin's board every turn and then do stuff. So I am gonna say Logos. I will play Master the Theory. I will play Armadrone. I'll play PI Sweven. I'll play the Chronophage. I think I started losing this game when I got rid of the Chronophage.
Yeah.
It's your turn. I'll draw 5. Yeah, Calpy is grope.
Okay, I'll say
Calpy is gropey. It is just like that card just does so much work.
I will say sorry. I'm gonna take the Tide. I will fight the Chronophage and exhaust those. Play a Fog Raider and capture 2.
It's alright, Vault Boy. That role was traditionally held by Bill. Whenever Bill bet on me, I would lose a game. So
I'm gonna play Bubbles and put yeah, I'll put Sweven on top. I'm gonna play Netcaster and capture 1. And Bubbles will reap. Your turn.
Yeah, no problem. I am going to say Logos. I'll Theory, Conjecture, and play the top card of my deck. It's PI Sweven. I knew that was there.
Yeah.
I'll play Oligat. I'll play Tall Mage. It's your turn. I'll draw 3. Let's see if I even need to.
Oh boy. You don't worry about untapping those. I'll say Unfathomable. I will reap with Velucanth.
Yeah.
Tap those 3. I will reap with Netcaster.
Yeah.
Tap that.
Okay. So Tall Mage is ready.
I'll leave Tall Mage and Armadrone.
Okay.
And I'll fight Armadrone. Then I'll reap twice.
Okay. I have no Amber control. Okay. You win.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Tribute, like, in a vacuum, Tribute is a fine card, but when, like, backed up with everything that Saurian had in Worlds Collide, Tribute is a very oppressive card.
Like, Tribute in this set would be fine.
Yeah, Tribute in this set's totally fine, because you don't have Prefectus Ludo, you don't have Medicus Lacus's ability you could play around, because you just don't let him have the time.
Tribute even in Mass Mutation would be mostly fine, because it didn't have...
It had Ludo, but Ludo was, like... Ludo was always, like, best for you to kill your creatures to dump the Amber, because a lot of times when they were sweeping the board, they could, like, do something about Ludo, then go on.
And there's no Sixth Emperor Tyrannus.
A Legacy Ludo, that's awesome.
That is cool. Tyrannosaurus.
Next game, please.
You're on Chair Glowquall there.
Which one?
Chair Glowquall.
Ah.
I'm on Richo Silva.
I didn't open any of the rooftop.
I must have opened both. I think we only have 2. Justin, did you click the wrong thing?
Did I? I could have.
Did you get scammed?
Did I scam you? That's the dangers of betting on not me. I think I've won games that there's video evidence I lost. And this is why the Amber will mean nothing ever. Yep. That's right. This is a good time for a Tanties. This is actually an effective time for a Tanties.
Perfect Tanties, Art Boy. Well executed. Perfectly executed emotes.
This is why it can never mean anything. I was distracted by the talking.
It's because I exhausted like 5 creatures and
yeah, that's true.
I think that's exactly why.
I wasn't even really paying attention. So.
Yeah.
It's very rare. It's very rare when Justin loses and I click Justin's name. It's almost always me clicking on my own name that won the match.
Laser just really likes clicking his own name.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We're getting another treat.
Shoving more food in this dog. Why is he tired today?
He played with me ball a little bit.
Ah, yeah, there you go. He has so little energy that he can't even.
Very exhausted being such a
I
cute
cut
boy.
that already. Excuse me, sir.
Well, it's my right.
It's
as a player to keep shuffling.
Nope. Incorrect.
3. No Thursday stream.
4.
Back on Sunday after this.
Wednesday.
Wait, what's today?
Today is Monday.
It's not Wednesday. I want it to be the weekend already.
We will be streaming.
Are you telling me it's Monday, the worst day of the week? Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well, Wednesday stream, but no Thursday stream this week, so.
I'm looking. Yeah, we'll be back Wednesday. Last day of vacation. That's the saddest day possible.
I will keep.
I was pretty depressed yesterday because it was the last day of my long weekend.
I slept like a rock. I had like the best sleep of my life yesterday. So after just hanging out with people all weekend, so we were up to, Saturday night. We were up to like 2 a.m. playing Rock Band, like it was 2008 or something. So it felt good. I am going to play Scott. Great Scott.
Play Herd Simpson and Lil Niff. Yeah, Rock Band's great.
How about Little Niff? Hammergram.
Introduce you to Hammer.
And then I will play Grand Melee just to keep Hard Simpson for dinner. And it's your turn. I will draw 2.
We played some drums and singing and some guitar. Unfortunately, I only have one guitar for my Xbox One, and
it's a shame.
All the instruments cost like $300 a piece
because it's all out of print.
You guys are all out of print, yeah. So
it's all out of print, and you have to like buy all kinds of adapters and stuff like that to get them to work. So
I'm gonna say Starlines. I'll play Matter Maker. Play Kirker. I'll play Kirker. I'll play Comm Officer Gross. Search for Hings. I still have a free freaking flight and travel to a Vault Tour that I never got to redeem. Hopefully they still honor that.
Yeah,
from winning the one.
See you, Dave. Thanks for stopping by.
Because you used yours, right, for Texas?
Yeah. As far as I know, I am the only person who redeemed their. I got the check. I deposited the check, so I was reimbursed for my hotel plus flight to Fort Worth. So
that's pretty good. Oh, I'm not too worried about it because I think
the
same guy that was in communications with us about this is still at the company. I think. Rachel used hers. JP hasn't used his either. I was gonna use mine for Alameda, but nope.
So right now you're only drawing 2 off of Hings, which is not.
It's basically
great.
Nothing.
It's not great, but it's not like game breaking for me. I am going to say Logos. I'm gonna play Rooftop Laboratory. I'm gonna play Novu Archaeologist. I will play Eddie, and I will archive a card. Archive a card. I will use Novu Archaeologist to archive Hammergram. I will Reap with Eddie, and then I will play Australia's Seaboard. And it's your turn. I will draw 5.
Alright, I'll say Starlance. I will Reap with Hings. Draw 2. I will Reap with Gross. Creature, okay.
What do we think the future of Keyforge is going to look like?
What do you want to introduce? That's the thing. Like, they constantly surprise me as far as what kind of stuff they put in the game. Like, Evil Twins. I would have never thought of Evil Twins.
I like
enhancements are impressive.
Yeah, enhancements are like probably one of the best additions to the game.
With fight, I'm gonna fight.
This is 3 on it. Yeah, but there's a lot they could do. There's a lot they could do with the game.
Play translator, play.
And I think it's like real easy to try to do too much in a set. Like you don't have to introduce a whole lot to make a set feel radically different than other sets. So,
your turn. I think they could make new houses forever. Actually, I think rotating out a house, rotating in a new house is a very good thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if you need to have a new one every time. You probably don't.
Yeah. I mean, because you could have you don't even have to make a new. The next set could be Mars Unfathomable. You could get rid of Logos. You make like Mars like an efficiency house instead, and the game looks completely different, right? So.
Yeah. But I think there's plenty of room for more houses. Always more houses.
Okay, I am going to play Epic Quest and draw a card. The Hammergram!
Jeez.
I am going to play Gorm of Om. I'm going to play Larry the Lake and Urian the Circumspect.
I'll tell you, I was going to be able to Epic Quest guaranteed last game.
It is your turn. I will draw 3. This deck's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
This deck's pretty good.
I'm gonna say
this deck's getting to do cool things.
Unfathomable. I'm gonna play Sobog's Thingamabob.
Okay.
I will.
There is a Amberfin Shark.
Bubbles Urian. Top of your deck. I'm gonna play Call of the Void to exhaust the Seaborg. I will discard Tidal Wave.
It's like 3 chains to give me the tide.
Or I could just give you the tide and it gives me an amber. So I don't know. That deck doesn't super care about having the tide. So I'll just play it, it's fine.
Okay. Well, thank you.
There you go. And I'm gonna discard this Maelstrom. Regret. See if I regret it. Every time we've ever discarded Maelstrom, we regretted it, so.
Okay, I am going to say I am going to Gorm, I think, the Matter Maker. That deck only has a handful of enhancements, but I don't really want you playing them for free. When that deck is like efficient, like this one is, I don't like letting the opponent have efficiencies.
You want to be the one.
Yeah. I will play Selective Preservation, and I'll choose these and these, so just that Kirker dies. It's not like the greatest. I am going to play Officer Hawkins here to get 2. I will play a Gung and make Larry the Lake a Star Alliance creature for the turn, and Larry is going to reap. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
The Shadows Forge. I play a Trickle Down Theory and raise the tide. I play Brand and give you 1 and a Shoulder Id. Your turn. Yeah, I hope they bring Anomalies back too. Those are really cool.
Okay, I am going to say Logos. I'm going to play a Seaborg. I'll play a Binary Moray. I am going to reap with the Seaborg, and I am going to shoot Kirker, which will raise the tide for me, which will ready my binary moray, which will let me reap with it and archive a card. And it is your turn. I will say check with 7. It's your yeah, go ahead. I'll draw 3. An officially supported digital media?
Not by Fantasy Flight.
Not by Fantasy Flight.
Not while Fantasy Flight has Keyforge. Do I think that will ever happen?
Yeah. I do not think as long as Fantasy Flight is in possession of the Keyforge IP, I do not think there will ever be an officially supported digital client. It is, at a minimum, 3 years away before you have something that people hate to play, right? They're like, well, we've got an official one, but it's not as good as TCO. Right? It's something that exists like that is a minimum of 3 years away. And I would say, honestly, something that sucks to play is 3 years from an announcement, right? They announce, hey, we're making an official... Like, the thing is, if something were in the works, there are enough developers that play this game that they would hear it through the grapevine, right? Somebody somewhere would know that an official Keyforge client was being made. So nothing like that exists currently, and it's gonna be a while. So,
okay, I'll say.
The thing is, TCO cannot scale.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't even scale up to a certain amount of players. That's not really an option for an official client. I will play.
The TCO is a labor of love.
Under pressure. Gung.
Under pressure.
Play a sign-in. I will use bubbles to.
Yeah, so something like the TCO is like a product from like 15 years ago. Like that's what the TCO reminds me of, right? If you like wanted to like the TCO, and I know Sky Jedi works on it, and there are a lot of people who put a lot of work in it. But if it's like a professional product, the TCO does not even meet the minimum requirements for something like that.
Especially if you want to reach a mass market.
If you want to reach a mass market, you can't like having an 8-year-old go onto a website to play that just doesn't make any sense to me from like a software perspective.
And to get the visuals, you can't host on a website.
If I'm CEO of Keyforge,
Mr. Keyforge.
If I'm Mr. Keyforge,
John Keyforge,
and I'm like this TCO looks like dog shit on a cell phone. I'm like, I want Hearthstone. Like I'm like banging on a table. I'm desk chanting the table and saying, "Give me Hearthstone on phone." And the TCOs can never be that, right? So yeah, and like I said, I'm not trying to like belittle the work that goes into TCO, because a lot does, but it is a labor of love at that point, right? Makes sweet battle line.
I play Illusions of Grandeur.
Okay.
It's a Logos.
Okay, so if I choose anything other than Logos,
then I get 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Your turn.
All right, so I forge.
Yes. Exhaust all your stuff.
So Boggs thingamabob. Maybe I should have gotten the Sobogs. What is this? There's all kinds of... So, like, the sound is... Like, the Crucible, for all intents and purposes, has no sound, right? There's, like, a horn or something when somebody joins your game, but there's no sound there, right? And like being software sound design is like a full studio job, right? There's like a so much work that goes into that, and that's the kind of polish you need that if you want like a digital product that people would play.
I don't think, and we're not saying that TCO should add any of that.
You're right. That's not what I'm saying, right? Like the if you want, you need something that is like Legends of Runeterra, that is Slay the Spire, right? Slay the Spire, like I don't know if people played early access Slay the Spire, but early Slay the Spire was rough. Like there's a lot of like beta art and stuff that they took out of the final game, and that's the kind of thing. And Slay the Spire is a real small group of people who work on that game. But I'm saying you need something that is like that quality that you could transport between platforms, right? Game development is its own thing, and the TCO is effectively just a website with a game bolted onto it. So, pull public, yeah. Let's let me get on Twitter. I'm sorry, I'll make a twit longer post about it.
Yeah, I think there was a digital client, and the digital client got scrapped.
Yeah.
I have it on very good authority.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
I just don't have a turn if I say logos is the problem. I am going to say Sanctum, so you'll gain 3. I am gonna play Urian. I am going to play Heal or Harm to fully heal a creature and gain 1.
Receive work?
No. I'm going to Cleansing Wave.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to make it work out so I could get some.
You go Cleansing Wave first and then heal it.
Sure. But what if I have another Cleansing Wave?
Imagine using Safari in the current year.
I want to do. I guess I'll Trial by Water, so you can't influence the tide next turn.
Does it reset?
Yeah, it resets. It is your turn. I will draw 4. Hey, this Rooftop Laboratory is a pretty cool card. I wonder if I'll see any of the other cards for it.
I'll say Shadows. I'm gonna borrow that laboratory.
Sure.
So you can't blow up one of my keys. Unless it says in play. Are you reading Groundbreaking? It
says
right
if
now?
you control.
If you control, okay. Play Jackie Tar. I'm gonna play a Sea Urchin. And play it over here. I'm gonna Reap with Shoulder Id. And we'll just Reap. Your turn.
I will say Sanctum. I will take 3 chains to raise the tide. I will Reap with Urian for 3. I will Reap with Larry at the Lake. I am going to play Numquid and kill Bubbles. I will play.
Get 4 from Urian.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 for the 3 for the armor, but 4th. I'll play Grand Melee and lose because I don't have any armor control.
Boom.
Excuse me.
Just gotta rush him down.
Well, the Dr. Varoctor and the Reckless Experimentation are down here,
yeah.
So I feel like I got Unfathomable that game. Because of the Illusions gained so much amber.
IE's dead, long live IE. Tell IE is dead to all the apps that, all the financial apps that don't support any other browser that I have to manage.
I think I got Unfathomable that game. develop that crappy app. Yeah, the thing is, so to make something that you wouldn't be embarrassed to put in front of people would cost like $1 million and probably 2 years of time, right? I'm on Rico Silva.
Yeah, you have to account for like 700K for the CEO bonus. Probably more than that. Oh, you're on Rico Silva.
Okay. Yeah.
The million from Vault Warrior. Yeah. Yeah. Wherever that went.
Yeah. Embezzled. Surely embezzled.
I never looked at the X-Wing squad builder, but if it was bad, I'm not too surprised. Yeah.
Correct.
TCO can't exist like that.
Yeah,
that's fine. TCO does not need to exist like that.
The thing is, if you wanted to make like an official client, you have to basically rewrite the TCO. That's like the thing. That's the thing I guess people don't understand, right? You can't just like you're building it from scratch. There is nothing from TCO you could recycle. You know, like. You're gonna have to build in such a way that you could put it on Switch, that you could put it on consoles, you put it on Steam, you know, like you gotta build in such a way that that is an option. And there's the engine in the front end. Yeah, I don't think I can't imagine where the back end for TCO is built for scale.
I'll tell you right now, my dream scenario for Keyforge in the future is that Direwolf Digital purchases Keyforge somehow.
3 people.
I don't know how, but it would have to be like Fantasy Flight folds and sells the IP, and Direwolf Digital buys it.
I could see a licensing opportunity if Fantasy Flight had their druthers. There's not any evidence of anything in the last since the pandemic began to inspire any confidence in that. I hate for this stream to devolve into us just ragging on Fantasy Flight's decisions. But if they made a decision that made any goddamn sense, it'd be a lot easier to defend them, right? So.
But as far as Direwolf goes, they support Eternal, which is a card game that has actually had a pretty long life so far and still being developed for. Has a decent player base and it looks great on the screen. It's got a lot of really cool features. They put out a lot of apps for their board games. They put out board game apps for their new stuff. They do a lot of integration.
Yeah, they're forward thinking.
And they put it out fast. They put it out like with their board games. They put out board game digital versions of their board games.
You can develop in tandem.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason why you can't make these things together. You just need it's gonna take another team. My fear is that they've looked at the numbers for some of their other digital stuff and it didn't do the numbers they were thinking it was supposed to, and so they just abandoned them, right?
Did they do Root? I can't remember if they did Root.
Oop. Blood Bowl rules. You gotta reroll both.
Okay. Blood Bowl rules.
6 also. You won the roll? Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm. No, you did. You were late. Yeah, I'll keep.
Okay, here we go. Make it so. Drawing 20, 30 here. I'm drawing 30 here. I'm naming them exactly right. Shadows. Bang. Yeah. Shadows. Damn. Well, I tried.
Your card up now.
Draw it and trigger if that card belongs to it, so that goes there. Yeah. I tried.
I'll say sorry. I'll play Rostrum, Locus, and Spoils of Battle. They also did the Game of Thrones board game. Wait, Direwolf did the Game of Thrones board game? What? That's crazy.
Huh. All right, my turn. I am gonna say Unfathomable, and I'm gonna play Bubbles, and I'm gonna put Medicus Legis back on top of your deck.
For digital, yeah, I know it was a Fantasy Flight game originally, but that's surprising they did it.
Good.
Okay. I'll play Unfathomable, play Netcaster and Sparkfist.
I am going to say Starlight, so I'm going to play Mattermaker. I'm going to play Comm Officer Hings. He's going to get the Comm Officer Gross that was on top of my deck. And shuffle the deck.
I think it's our responsibility to try to get it going in a store. If you can like be that ambassador for a store, you can try to get people into the game. Run
so I think one of the biggest misconceptions for Keyforge for a lot of players is that it is a game they have to play in exclusivity, meaning you can't play Keyforge and Magic at the same time, and I think that's just wrong. I honestly think Keyforge is a great game if you only want to play it once every so often, right? I think that's got to be one of the selling points. Somebody who's in Magic to make money, somebody who plays Magic because they're like, I like opening cards that are worth money, I like selling a deck when I'm done with it, I think of Magic as an investment. That is not the type of mentality that translates well to Magic, and I don't think you can ever convince that person to play Keyforge for the reasons that they're playing Magic, right? A lot of Keyforge players have come from other games because there's a lot about Magic. You go bark? Are you gonna bark? I'm in the middle of a rant. I'm talking here. And so you're not trying to get somebody to play Keyforge and never play another card game, right? Some point Keyforge will die. Okay? We'll still have our cards. We'll still get to play the game. I think it's still several years away. But outside of like Pokemon and Magic, I don't think any card game's ever gonna be around forever, right? So don't try to sell it to them as something that that is a replacement for Magic. I think Magic has done plenty of things to piss off players. You don't ever really quit Magic though. It's a lot like smoking.
Yeah.
You know, Magic does things that other card games can't do. And yeah, people will cycle through Magic, right? So when Magic is going through a down period, that's a good time to have somebody come in and try out Keyforge. They may go back to playing Magic on Friday nights or whatever, but if they show up once every so often for Chainbound, that's a win, right? You need enough players in an area that don't mind hanging out and playing card games. You think of it as like a casual game. It's a nice like change of pace. There are plenty of Magic players that I've met that love love like deck builder games like Ascension or the DC deck builder, or sometimes they like cards like games like Munchkin. And I hate Munchkin. Like I would not play that. But it's a game that they can play very quickly in between rounds of Magic. While they're like waiting for people to go to time and all that stuff. Keyforge is another great example of that, right? So yeah, you know, I think
Star Realms is good.
You're not trying to convert. You're not trying to make somebody a convert. You're just trying to get them to try it out every so often, right? Now there are going to be people who are like, I can play Keyforge all the time. I am absolutely done with other card games. That's fine, right? But I don't think you're trying to make it so that they will never play another card game. I think that's what people think when you're trying to get somebody into Keyforge. I think that's where people think you're starting from, and that's just wrong. So.
Yeah, I think it's hard to be a new Magic player. Imagine diving into the stack rules and stuff as a Magic player.
But... And that's a good point, player Herp. I think the competitive level of Keyforge a major problem with competitive Keyforge is that layer of Keyforge is so far removed from, like, say, a chain-bound event. You have to. I remember when we went to the PAX, and Crit Camp had their fun AOA Sealed event, and I played Sealed against somebody who had not touched Keyforge since it came out, and I beat his ass with shadows because I had 2 Umbras next to a little Nif, and he didn't answer them, and I stole every Amber that he played, and he was like, I can't believe they made shadows more broken in AOA than it was in Coda. And I, like, laughed because I was like, that statement is provably false. It's just if you just had just a very small glimpse into Keyforge, you're like, you would take a look at how shadows, and you play just enough, you're like, stealing is the most broken mechanic in the game. Keyforge is dumb, but high level Keyforge doesn't come down to 2 Umbras next to a little Nif, so
that's unfortunate, Voltor or Vault Boy. Jeez, why are people mean to new players? That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah. Well, and there are card game communities can be notoriously filled with,
this is all gatekeeping.
Yeah, there's a lot of gatekeeping. The
board game hobby is bad about that enough, right?
Yeah, it could be a very insular hobby.
Yeah.
And people don't have the foresight to realize that type of behavior just will eventually cause the game to die out because the player base just becomes incestuous. There's no other word for it, right? You don't branch out, and you only lose players and no new people ever come in, and then 3 months from now you wonder where everybody went. So yeah, so here's the I would love for a Magic player to shit talk to me about Keyforge versus Magic. I would relish the opportunity, because the store that I worked at for years, like, if you want to talk about, like, actual gatekeeping, like, I was the dude who won most of the local drafts. And it was one of those things where it was like if you came into the store that I worked at and you wanted to, like, play, you had to, people would play against me in draft, and I would beat their pants off. I didn't win like every draft, but it was like I was like a force to be reckoned with. So it's one of those things where it's like, when people would try to tell me that
you're playing a casual game now, what do you do?
Yeah, and it's like, dude, like, high level Keyforge is on another level than high level Magic. There are games of Magic you just lose due to mana screw. That's just the way the math works out. So yeah. Record Nathan's responding Magic play. I would respond in turn, right? Like, it's just I would try to be reciprocal, like, appropriately reciprocal. If you're gonna, like, make fun of me for having, like, kid art on cards, that's where I'm gonna be like, okay, show me your original brew, dude. If you show me your 75, and if I go look up deck lists on Arena and your 75 is pulled exactly from somebody else's, then I'm gonna make fun of you for not building your own deck. It's sort of like, you cannot tell me that competitive Magic is a place for originality. It isn't. There is the format gets solved. There are more games being played of Magic right now, right this second on Arena, than the TCO will play for the next month.
Yeah, probably 6 months.
Probably 6 months, right?
Maybe more than that.
Yeah. So, like, you cannot say. You can't say anything about constructive Magic. It's got ups and downs. There are times where constructive Magic is better than others, and there are formats for constructive Magic that are better than others and can reward some originality and stuff like that. And I would say the vast majority of, like, Magic grinders in your area, people who just play Magic tournaments, they're probably dog shit at sideboarding, which is one of the most important aspects of the game, because at least half of the games you play are going to be sideboard games. And more than half of the games that you play will be sideboard games if you go to 3, right? And so people who just like sit down and shuffle and play, they're awful at sideboarding. And an arena doesn't make you better at sideboarding because you play best of one most of the time.
There are best 3 games that less people play that I think.
Yeah. So, and so if it's one of those things, if you're the type of person who's like, man, I go to a Magic tournament and I play the best deck 3 rounds out of 4, Keyforge is the game for you. Yeah, you will never play against the same deck twice in sealed. You just can't. It's not possible. You literally cannot. It will not happen. Now, there's enough similarities that you could. There's skill, right? In the game. So, sorry. I will now play Comm Officer Hings.
100 years later.
Gross.
And time.
I'll play Officer's Blaster. I will play Universal Translator. And it is your turn. I will draw 4.
Okay.
Top tier entertainment.
It is good.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, I can talk about Magic. I was a competitive Magic player for years. And you know how I had more fun and how I made more money? It was selling Magic cards. Because that's where the money is. The money is not playing in Magic tournaments. No, it is not. If you're the guy behind the counter, you're the guy. Sir, this is Wendy's. Thank you, Nihil. We appreciate 28-month streak. Look at that number.
Thank you. Oh, playmat. Are the playmats in Inked yet? I did not check this week. They told me by the beginning of this week, so someone check Inked right now.
See if they are liars.
See if the playmats are there.
See if they are lying.
All right, can I take my turn now? I'm going to play Spoils of Battle. Capture and then capture. I will
Swindle is a fine card.
Exalt each flank creature. Yeah, Swindle's a great card. Who said it's bad? Who would ever say that?
It's just very conditional.
I'm gonna play Medicus Locus. I will play Magistra Vita and Exalt and Reap with this. Exhaust. I'll exhaust bubbles. Then I'll put one of the bubbles. Your turn.
Okay, I am gonna say Unfathomable. I am going to Maelstrom.
The new art is up there. Ooh, I gotta see. Well, if you wanted a playmat, there they are at the inked link for our art, our balance sheet art. Load page.
This looks like it should be refreshed.
It's very exciting. Please. Not looking for you either. Why would you lie to us, Lord Farquaad? Everyone tried to go to it once. All 10 people.
Yeah, let's crash the site.
Inks can't handle 10 people.
I'm going to play Hard Sign-In, and I'm going to play Illusions of Grandeur. So if you say... I'm going to say Saurian with Illusions of Grandeur. It's your turn. I'll drop a chain and draw 2.
So Forge. I will say Untamed, so you'll get the stuff. Play Gabuck, I'll play Mushroom Man, I'll play To the Fists. And I did work it out with Inked, so we should get paid for stuff, hopefully. We haven't got anything from them yet, but they owe us some money. You link right to it. I think it's like $2 a playmat we get. So it's like not a lot, but it's something. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, boom.
Battle Mat. They named it Battle Magic Playmat. I didn't tell them the name of that. That's funny.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, looks pretty good. I want to get one with the frilly edges, the stitch edging. Cool.
All right. Nice. Okay. So I will forge.
Yep.
I am gonna say shadows. I'm gonna play Hard Simpson and Shoulder Id, and it is your turn. I'll drop a chain and draw 2.
Okay, I'll say Saurian. I'm gonna play Magistra Vita to Exalt and Reap. I'm gonna put this here. A Crushing Charge. Play Medicus. And your turn.
Alright, I am going to say Unfathomable. I'm gonna play Sobog's Thingamabob.
Let me say it's right side. Is it upside down? Not like that matters, but
I am.
Oh, you mean on the yeah, it just flipped. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna Bubbles Mushroom Man.
Okay.
And it is your turn. I will draw.
Unfortunately, we're all roommated up right now, oh boy. We have roommates and we got dogs. Alright, I'll say Unfathomable. The Bubble's your Shoulder Id. The Bubbles. I don't love doing that, but it is what it is. Play Aquatic Raider. Capture 2.
What about 7 cards in hand? Am I cheating?
Play Netcaster. Play Spark Fist.
You didn't return anything to my hand, right?
I did not.
These are in my hand. This was in my hand. This was in my hand. It's one of these.
You put a server in the basement. We do not rent server space, unfortunately, Scott Jedi. We're not a data center. We got enough power bill from all the giant computers we have.
Okay, I am going to say Starlance. I'm gonna play Comm Officer Hings. I'll play Comm Officer Gross. My deck is shuffled, so the Bubbles goes away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's actually relevant.
Wait, hang on. What did you put on top? You put
Bubbles and Shadow Self.
Yeah, I'll shuffle. I am going to zap to kill the Gilt Spine Netcaster.
You have 2 more damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Okay, Spark Fist as well. I will play using Matter Maker Under Pressure onto Magistra Vita.
Under pressure.
And it's your turn. I will draw 4.
Say Untamed. I'm gonna play the Mushroomman. I'm gonna waste not the Mushroomman. Draw 4.
Yeah, you gotta guarantee your uptime.
I'll play All Tied Up.
The first tied interaction of this game.
Yeah. I will Persistence Hunting for Starlance. Play Witch of the Dawn to get back the man. Play the man. Play Witch of the Dawn to get back the Netcaster. And Gabuk will Reap. Your turn.
Alright, I am going to say Shadows. I'm gonna play a Shadow Self. I'll play a Shadow Self. I'm gonna borrow your Rostrum if you don't mind. And it is your turn. You'll forge and tap all those creatures.
Do you want to take the Tide?
Oh, you got Medicus Legus. Yeah, I guess I gotta pay 3 chains because I will certainly lose the game if you use my amber to forge your key.
Okay. I'm going to say Unfathomable. I will play Brain Drain.
I got Unfathomable hard this game.
Yeah.
I got Unfathomable pretty hard this game. I'll just play the same 4 cards for 8 turns. Okay.
I'll play a Frigorific Rod. I'll play Guiltspine Netcaster. I'm gonna call the Void. Lost this. And I'm done.
Yeah, certainly looks like a lose. Good lord. Where is there amber control?
I actually don't believe that this match was longer than any of the Light Taskers matches. I don't believe it.
Well, there was a 20-minute magic.
I still don't believe it.
I don't even know if it was 20 minutes. I think it was like 10.
Yeah.
You have the under pressure.
I can give it back.
Okay.
We've only had one match with Light Tasker versus Dark Tidings, so
it won.
It did win pretty handily, I'd say. It was 2-0. I don't know that we have identified the deck that can beat Light Tasker from our Dark Tidings pool yet. I don't think we have. It might take some time before we get there.
I think it's going to be Sanctum.
I think it involves the first or last.
I think it involves first or last. Because first or last, if you first or last, like all of the Igors, that's probably game.
Or just an amount of Igors and Eddies and Ronnies.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Ronnie, Eddie, I mean, any of that
You
stuff.
can also, there's situations where first or last can hit Furnace.
But like, you gotta probably have 2, maybe, because the first one you play is Getting Purged.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can also have Ostracizes as well.
Ostracize is really good too, yeah.
Because you can like hit individual ones. So
right, I'm on Glowquall and
no, I'm on Glowquall.
Oh my god!
No. I'm just gonna lose with it, so it doesn't advance. Lose with it. Eddie, why do you insist on walking through here?
Oh crap! I have not logged scores. Chair lost this game, right?
That game versus Rico, yeah.
And
I think I won a single game tonight.
Frau won.
Yes.
Okay, so Rico. No. Rico's 2-1.
Yes.
Frau's 2-1.
Yep.
Chair's 1-1. Anomium of Tox Cove is 0-2.
Yep.
And I'm playing Anomium of Tox Cove. Okay.
Dark Black, how's it going?
Hello. Hello. 2 first last, 2 ostracizes.
Dog got hyped. Stop being hyped. Stop being hyped. Stop being hyped. Calm down, Eddie. Eddie, calm down. Eddie. Calm down. No. 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 You know what? Justin will let you.
Here.
Justin will let you hang out.
Oh, he's so hyped.
He's too hyped.
Extremely hyped.
What? Are you displaying your power? Are you displaying your power? You better. Yes, that's right. You better tilt that up. You better tilt that up. I can't see this dog playing very well. There you go. All right.
Okay, he's gone. I tried to get you some dog.
Well,
playing. He's back.
10 seconds playing with this rope ball isn't enough to calm down Eddie, I don't know what will.
We've tried everything.
We've tried everything we can think of. I can't help but notice that you're once again chewing your rope ball on top of the laptop power supply, Eddie.
Come here. We've tried literally everything.
How comfy are the Amber Shard chairs?
They're
fine.
pretty comfy. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're good. They're good.
They're fine. I use it for
They're more comfy than our last chairs.
I use it for work, so.
10.
9.
Was it worth 2 your weight? I mean, I guess it was. We didn't have any option. So.
I think anybody who gets it from this point forward will get them much faster.
It was a 1 year wait, to be fair. Like 1 year and 2 months, something like that. For us.
Anybody from this point forward, you should get them pretty quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like this hand is a mulligan. I'm too busy ranting about Magic to play Keyforge tonight.
Barely, yeah, I mean, now we don't care. We got them, so
we got them.
Who cares
They're here.
if they were slow?
They arrived during a global pandemic.
Yeah. So if that wins, it'll be 3 advancing decks.
Yes. The classic 3-2-1s.
Did y'all see that there is a Justin Kappa Keyforge deck? And I posted it in Discord. And I don't know where to find it, but I need it. I was first?
Yeah, you rolled a 10 and I rolled a 9.
Oh. Okay, I will play this Chronophage. Yeah, look in Keyforge. I was browsing, and my browser put a Kappa face in the quotation marks because of better Twitch TV.
I'll play Binary Moray. It's your turn and I'll draw 2.
Play Untamed. I'll play a Spore Gorger and a Mollymawk and Iliobi and To the Fittest.
I'm gonna say Starlight. I'm gonna use your Discord to crash the Moray into that thing so that I can play the fucking game. Play a Comm Officer, Hawkins, and Force Field. And it's your turn. I'll draw 3. That Chronophage, man, it was like. Do you mind if I put a server in your basement?
Just throw them at people. I'm gonna play Logos. Play Master of the Theory. Information Exchange. Gas Weapon. Your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna say Star Alliance. I'm gonna play Colonist Chapman. I'm gonna play Diplomat Agung. Doesn't really do anything here. And I'm gonna Reap with Hawkins. I'll get 2, and I will ward Hawkins with the Force Field.
That's only non-Star Alliance neighbors.
Oh!
Yeah.
The turn, a friendly creature belongs to the house of your choice in addition to its other houses. Oh. Oh. JK. Shows what I know. Go ahead, I'll draw 2. Shows what I know. Free Raspberry Pi. The supposed to get a Raspberry Pi with like Core Light on it when they like to experiment with it, but I don't know what happened to it. And they said they shipped it to me, but it never arrived. So
I'm gonna say Untamed. I'm gonna fight Chapman.
dead.
Enrage those guys. I will Reap with Miliobi.
Mollymawk.
Mollymawk. I will Raise the Tide. I'm gonna reap or sow with Swevin to reap 3. And discard infighting. Spore Gorger. Just reap. Gain power. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Sanctum. I am going to play Numquid. And I'm going to kill the Spore Gorger. I am going to Hammergram, Meliobi. And then I'm going to Grand a melee. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
Okay, Forge. Play Saurian. Play Scylla. I'll play Magistra Vita. Play Reach Advantage. I will Decadence. I'll just move that here. Your turn.
I am going to say Starlance. I'll play Kirker. I'll play Scott. Diplomat, a Gung will, I guess, do nothing. Hawkins will fight Scylla. And it is your turn. I will draw 2.
Oh, you lose the Enrage.
Yes, that was the whole reason to do that. Go ahead.
I'll say Logos. I'll play Anomaly Exploiter. I will play Old Egad and Talmage Steel. Your turn.
I am going to say Star Alliance, I guess. Diplomat, a Gung is going to fight Old Egad. That'll make some creature count as some other house. Kirker will fight Scylla. I am going to reap with Scott. And I will reap with Hawkins. And generate our ward. So ready and use another friend creature. I may give Scott another +1/+1 counter, so I won't. And
you can use like one of those two, right?
Yeah, I readied and reap.
Oh, you already did. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I did not get my amber for the second ready and reap. So, well, I can ready and use. So I could have Hawkins go fight Egad, but that would like just some wards. I don't think I want to do that. So, all right. Anyway, your turn. I will draw nothing.
Okay. Say Saurian. I'm gonna play a Pterodactyl, and the corners in Octavia and Magistra Vita. I'm gonna exalt and reap with Old Egad, and Magistra Vita will be reap. Yeah, I'll just reap. And then exalt and reap with Mage Steelheart. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Sanctum. Hammergram!
Okay.
You'll get the ward Magistra Vita and Mage. I'll play Gorm of Om. I will Grand Melee and draw a card that'll kill Tall Mage, but he's warded. And it is your turn. I will draw 2.
Okay, I'll say Untamed. I'm gonna play All Tied Up again 2. I'm gonna reap or sow.
The chain value of a deck? Oh, so chain value of the deck is only set up by chain-bound events, and it only matters for chain-bound events. So, yeah. Decks aren't going to have any chains on them naturally if you just open them. The best deck in the world probably doesn't even have chains on it because it's probably never been played in a chain-bound, but my turn. I am going to say Logos. I'm going to Gorm of Om, the Anomaly Exploiter. I am going to play Rooftop Laboratory. I will play Data Forge. I will play Novu Archaeologist. I will play Australis Seaborg. I am going to put a Reckless Experimentation on the Archaeologist. I'm going to reap with it. We're going to have a little bit of science happen. Trial by water. So I will reset the tide, and it can't change during your turn. I will say check with 8. It is your turn. I will draw 5.
I'll say Saurian. Play Rostrum. Play Pterodactyl. Over here. And Sun Pterodactyl. Reap with this. Exalt and reap. 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 Decadence. Ooh. Move this there. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Star Alliance Forge. I'm going to say not Star Alliance. I'm going to say oh, yeah, no, I'll say Star Alliance. Reap with Diplomat a Gung. And make Novu Archaeologist a
Logos
or Star Alliance creature. I'll reap with Novu Archaeologist, play the top part of the deck. It's Dr. Varoctor. And then I will lose because I don't have any Amber Control! No Amber Control!
No, that was that deck's failing, I think.
I have the Selective Preservation.
That's
which would have been
unfortunate.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But good lord. I felt like I lost the same game 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
The same way each time. It was like, here's some creatures. You can't kill them. You can't interact with them. Your creatures are smaller. I'll just use them.
Chair Glowclaw. I'm pretty disappointed. That deck was cool.
There's cool stuff going on in it, but I mean, you can't handle a board. You don't deserve to be in Dark Tidings.
Can't handle a board, can't handle Amber. You got nothing, right?
So I had that game 5 times tonight, I feel.
Another great night of Keyforge. He gets a treat. Where could he be?
Where could he be?
Where could he be?
Is he in the hall? No, he's right there.
Under my chair.
Smashing his head into the chair for some reason.
That's how he lays in his chair. It can't be comfortable.
He runs. He runs and just smashes head first into it. He just collapses right there.
That's why I can't move.
He didn't have enough energy. He got a minor burst of energy from that one treat, but it wasn't enough to carry him completely through the table.
One treat.
There we get another treat. Yes. Your internet died at this? Oh no.
The other paw? 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 Other paw? There we go.
Alright, mission accomplished.
He did it the first try.
First try.
Just like every time. One more treat, then it's a treat.
I don't think so.
Coffee, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. There is a rule of 6 for Eddie treats. Twitch broke.
These treats are fine on
F5. Thoughts on Saurian? Saurian's fine.
Another Eddie treat?
Yep. There goes another one.
These treats are infinite because they're like nothing. Eddie.
Saurian's fine in the set. That's an example of a game Saurian wins. If there's not if your opponent is soft on Amber Control, Saurian will just run away with the board. There's plenty of effects. There's Medicus Lacus. I'll be surprised if either of us will ever forge with Medicus Lacus in this set.
Well, the thing is, you have to do this Imperial Forging.
Yeah.
If you have key cheats, it's insanely good. So right.
The 4 dinosaur law is pretty close to accurate, but I think the thing is the 4 dinosaur law, kind of it applies to whatever house. If you got 4 creatures on a Dark Tidings board, just use them.
Coffee Saga, the screen broke. You're gonna have to go back and watch the VOD.
Screen broke.
There's some good eddying.
Can you hear us? Coffee Saga, please respond if you can hear us.
Can you believe that he shook with the other paw first try? Would you believe that? Can you even believe it? Now he's like smiling. Look at this.
He's smiling. He has his dog goofy smile going.
Wow. So exciting.
It's coming back. There we go.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
That's the stream.
There you go.
Hope you enjoyed.
What a dumb set this is. What an awful. Can you believe you're trying to convince Magic players to play this game?
Nathan is joking.
What an awful game this is.
This is a joke.
This is a joke. This is meant for entertainment purposes.
Entertainment purposes only. I hope everyone has a good night. Thank you, Vault Boy.
Thanks for the awesome rant.
For the piles of bits tonight.
Vault Boy's just throwing out the biddies.
He's dumping all his bits. You'll love to see it.
Let's go.
You'll love to see it. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back on Wednesday. So, yeah. Everyone have a good night, and goodbye.
Yep, later.